when it comes to practicing, you can quite often spot trends amongst really good players, and so I guess in this case, really good putters, in the things they might do to help themselves prepare to go out onto the golf course and play golf. So that could be during practice, or it could be before they go to play in the immediate moment. So, you know, an hour before tee time, what have you. But I think when you're out practicing your technique, in the same way that you can stand on a driving range and hit 10 shots in a row with a 7-iron, you know, think about what the goal is there. It might be to work on a particular move your coach has got, or to start to look at ball flight, start to see, you know, kind of repeat something. When we come to play golf, we've got one opportunity to hit a putt. So I think within your practice, it's important to have some sort of blending type of practice and drills where you're starting to link some of the skills together. So if we stood on a straight 6-foot putt as up the hill, essentially there we're practicing start line. Can we start the ball inside the width of the hole and control it every time? Now, there's no requirement to change speed, there's no requirement to think about read, so we've got a one standalone skill, and don't get me wrong, those skills should be practiced in that manner. Like, it's important to build technical proficiency in starting up line, in your green reading process, and in controlling the speed of the putts. But at some stage, if we want that to transfer out into the golf course for more hole putts, then we're going to have to try and find a way to link those exercises back together. So one of the most common kind of practice stations I would see when I'm coaching at a DP World Tour event would be something similar to what I've laid out here. So I've got down a Visio putting template. Now, I think these are terrific for allowing the player to self-organise their stroke, work within certain parameters to ensure that there's an element of consistency to any technical practice you might do. They come in lots of different sizes, and make sure you get the right one's important. But for the purposes today, we're going to use the template here just to give me some feedback around start line. So I've placed a couple of T-pegs in here at the gate. That's going to give me 1 degree of error in my start line. You'll see up the green here, I've positioned 3 ghost holes now. Now I've put those in at 10, 15 and 20 feet. So I'm going to go through how I would do this before I go to play. And the first aim here really will be that the first 3 putts, I'm just going to get them towards this small white ghost hole, which is 10 feet away from me. So that's purely my starting point. It's like just clipping a couple of wedges to get going on the range. All right, we don't have to introduce the randomness from putt number 1, but we're going to gradually start to make this drill a bit more random and a bit more varied as we go on. So, you know, this will probably take me 5 minutes in total, so I don't think it's time consuming before you go to play. So the first aim there, you know, checkpoints for me would be, is my putter face square? How do my shoulders feel when I'm at address? They're 2 things I always like to come back to. So I can see my face is squared on the template, putter face feels good. I'm just going to think about that hole. That's about 10 feet away. Just roll the ball down there. My intent there is just to roll the ball 10 feet. So we'll drag another ball in, try and reset my feet. Putter face is square, shoulders feel pretty good. Roll it down there again, pretty much 10 feet. So I might just repeat this a couple of times. I might just do a couple of cycles through this. Again, putter face square. So I've got 3 ticks now. I've started all 3 of those putts through this gate. I've got rolled roughly about 10 feet. So I'm pretty comfortable. So we'll move back in. Second time round now, we're going to hit 3 putts up to the 15-foot mark. So there's an element of block here because I'm hitting the same shot 3 times in a row, but I've now changed my outcome. So this first putt's quite important because I've now got some difference. I've now got to hit the ball 50% further. Got to now make a bigger stroke. I was also still managing my face, and the feel for me there is how I can get my shoulders into the right position. So again, we'll go into setup, putter in behind the ball, feel the shoulders are square, which is good there, facing is good, right one, but hit the 15-foot hole. Nothing down there again. Landing some speed in there. I've run it maybe 16 feet, which I'd be happy with on a putt of that range. Reset the ball on the template there. Just again, face square, shoulders feel decent. 15 feet again, yeah, again, really consistent with that first putt I hit to that 15-foot marker. So, same again, face it, shoulders squared up. 3 good putts there. Again, I could look at that. My outcome there across 3 putts is really consistent. So again, I'm building a bit of trust in that, but I have added some slight randomness to it. So we'll bring those balls back down. We're now going to move that up to the 20-foot hole. Ball back in on my spot. Again, my 2 keys there, technical putter face first. You can see that square to my north to south 0 line here. Shoulders nice and square. Then on the 20-foot hole here, back to the ball. Yeah, so I've changed the length of the stroke, then I've run it up perfectly whole height. It's broken a bit, so I could potentially move the go side if I wanted, but really it's just about getting it to go the correct distance. That's why I think with some of this practice it's quite nice not to use an actual hole. My feedback here is, can I hit up through the gate the distance I wanted? That's really all I'm trying to switch on at the moment. So feet set, shoulders, putter face, get a little hole there. It feels pretty decent. Just up to the right side of my hole there. You know, if you think of those two putts there, they've finished maybe 18 inches apart, left and right of the hole, but they both went through my 1 degree start line gate. So from a start line perspective, I've got different outcomes there, but I'm happy that I've controlled this aspect. 1 degree for me, for regular club golfers, is perfect. That's the edge of the hole at 10 feet. You don't need to really, I don't think, have a start line much better than that. If you can get it through there whilst creating strokes of different lengths, your start line skills are more than good enough. So again, we'll go back in, putter face, shoulders, one little look. A touch short, can't add that toe there, so it's quite a foot short, but I wouldn't be disappointed with those 3 putts across that 20-foot range. We're all within a foot or so of the hole, so if the pace of it how I want it. In terms of start line, like I said, they're all through my gate there, so I've got no issue. So, as I said, there's an element of block practice there, because I'm hitting 3-3-3. So it'd be like standing on the range and hitting 3 shots at 50 yards, 3 at 75, and then 3 at 100, before we then move into the random irons through your bag a little bit. So, the drill now, we're going to go a bit of a ladder exercise. So, I'm going to go 3-2-1. So I'm going to putt to the 20-foot marker first, the 15-foot second, and the 10-foot third. And that's now forced me to change on every putt. So we'll go into that sit-up again. So, right, up to my 20-foot marker. So when I settle on that furthest marker away, run it up there. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Dead straight, 2 or 3 inches short, but no issue there, that's fine. Again, same process now. Reset my feet. Get my putter face and shoulders good to that middle marker. Yeah, really nice. So again, over my marker there, maybe just under a foot beyond it, but be happy with that still. Reset my feet again. So putter face, shoulders, that feels good. Well, I've got my 10-foot marker there. You can start to see now as I come up there, I'm creating 3 different outcomes. I've got some consistency there in terms of a couple of cues that I feel are important for me to control my start line. So that's putter face and shoulders. I'm using the Visio template there to manage them, and like I said, for me, one of the best little devices you can practice with is this template. It allows you to look at lots of different factors. You know, if you're working with a coach, the PGA Pro or putting coach, who can help you identify how to use a device like this, or whatever they feel is most appropriate. You know, having that baseline there, something you can gravitate back to. Just by definition, that's where consistency will come from. If you've got the same inputs, you've got a chance of getting the same outputs. Like I said, the way we've then structured the practice there will be every putt has that intent for kind of start it online. My first 3 putts are trying to roll 10 feet, next 3 15, next 3 20, and then I'm going to randomise it. So if I did this again now, I might go 1 2 3 or flip it around the other way. But I think the more you can add some of that type of practice where you're blending those skills together, the more chance you've got of finding the right solution when you get on the golf course first time.